Hey y'all, today we're back on the farm. It is winter, but it's actually pretty warm out today. So I thought while I was doing waters and chores and stuff that I'll talk to you a little bit about roosters, and we'll read a really short book by Eric Carle, one of my favorites. Oh yes. Say hi. Hi. So we've talked about hens, girl chickens. So hens and roosters are a lot alike. You know, it depends on the breed. But the big difference between hens and roosters, of course, is roosters are boys. And so sometimes it just depends on the breed. They have a big comb. They'll have these wattles. They'll have long tail feathers. Almost all breeds have those. And they'll have spurs, but you can't see them. They're not very long right now, but they're right here. They stick off the side of the foot. And once he gets to be a full-grown adult, those get really, really long, and they can really hurt you if you're not careful. I've had to go to the hospital a couple times, or the doctor's office, both, for that kind of thing. So, anyway, so I need help naming this guy. He's come from one of the hatcheries that we buy our meat birds from in the spring. We get a free chick, and he was one of them this year, and he's turned out to be really nice so far, and he's really good at, you know, ending little squabbles like that. So he'll jump in the middle of them and won't let the hens fight and things. So I was thinking maybe Clint. What do you think about Clint? Let me know. So I'm gonna let him go, and we're gonna read Roosters Off to See the World by Eric Carle. Have you ever heard that book? Say bye, everybody. See you later. Bye, bud. Okay. There he goes. So part of the flock is back here. Part of the flock is on this side of me. Part of the flock is in front of me. And part of the flock is over there around a barrel. So if you see them, it's okay. So today we're going to read Eric Carle's Roosters Off to See the World. Have you ever read this one? We love Eric Carle. I love the artwork in Eric Carle's books. So let's see about this old rooster. This is a newer book, so it's kind of hard to turn. One fine morning, a rooster decided that he wanted to travel. So right then and there, he set out to see the world. He hadn't walked far when he began to feel very lonely. His beautiful tail feathers. That's one giveaway when the babies are growing up. That's usually the first thing that you can tell. Plus they start crowing, of course. Just then he met two cats. The rooster said to them, "Come along with me to see the world." The cats liked the idea of a trip very much. "We would love to," they purred, and set off down the road with the rooster. So far we've got one rooster, two cats. What do you think will happen next? Something with the... Probably right. Probably with the three. Ooh! As they wandered on, the rooster and the cats met three frogs. "How would you like to come with us to see the world?" asked the rooster, eager for the company. "Why not?" answered the frogs. "Why are you so busy now?" So the frogs jumped along behind the rooster and the cats. We got a rooster, two cats, three frogs. So what's going to be next? You're right, 4. Definitely. Ooh, 4 turtles. After a while, the rooster and the cats and the frog saw 4 turtles crawling slowly down the road. "Hey," said the rooster, "how would you like to see the world?" "It might be fun," snapped one of the turtles, and they joined the others. So here we go. Everybody's going to see the world. You think that the turtles will be able to keep up? I don't know. Maybe. Well, you can see everybody for a minute while I'm getting this page. Ooh. So we just had 4, and now we're going to have 5. That's right. As the rooster, the cats, the frogs, and the turtles walked along, they came to 5 fish swimming in the brook. "Where are you going?" asked the fish. "We're off to see the world," answered the rooster. "May we come along?" pleaded the fish. "Delighted to have you," the rooster replied. And so the fish came along to see the world. I don't know how that would work. What do you think? You think they just swam in the brook beside them? It's a good possibility. You guys that have been watching, you see Quackers. She's out there. And Katie the turkey. Some of our other friends. The sun went down and it began to get dark. The moon came up over the horizon. "Where's our dinner?" asked the cats. "Where are we supposed to sleep?" asked the frogs. "We're very cold," complained the turtles. Just then some fireflies flew overhead. "We're afraid," cried the fish. Now the rooster really had not made any plans for this whole trip all the way around the world. He had not remembered to think about food and shelter, and he didn't know how to answer all of his friends. So you're right. There's the brook. There they all are. And next came in the fireflies. After a few minutes of silence, the fish suddenly decided that it might be the best if they headed for home. They wished the others a happy trip, and then they swam away. So who's left? We got the rooster, the cats, frogs, and the turtles all left. So the fish are out. Then the turtles began to think about their warm house. They turned and they crawled back down the road without so much as even a goodbye. So what do we have left? The rooster, the cats, and the frogs are left. Hey, quackers. The frogs weren't too happy with the trip anymore either. First one of them, then the other, then they all finally jumped away. They were polite enough, though. They did wish the rooster a good evening as they disappeared into the night. So now we just have the rooster and the cats are left. I'm glad the rooster and the cats are getting along. That's good so far. The cats then remembered an unfinished meal they had left behind. They kindly wished the rooster a happy journey, and then they too headed home. Now the rooster was all alone, and he hadn't seen anything of the world. He thought for a minute, and then he said to the moon, "To tell you the truth, I'm not only hungry and cold, but I'm kind of homesick as well." The moon did not answer. It too just disappeared. There he is all by himself. Ooh, he's sleeping though. We talked about that chickens roost on a bar usually. There he is sleeping. The rooster knew what he had to do. He turned around and went back home again. He enjoyed a good meal of grain, and then he sat on his very own perch. That's what that's called. We talked about that, didn't we? After a while, he went to sleep and had a wonderful, happy dream, all about his trip around the world. The end. And now I'm going to read, there's no picture. I'm going to read this little bit about Eric Carle. So we've talked about him a lot. He's one of my favorite authors. I really like him. As a child, thank you, sir. As a child, Eric Carle claims to have been much more of a philosopher than a mathematician. He recalls his difficulties this way. "If you told me that there were 2 apples in a bowl and one was taken away and then asked me how many apples were left, I just wasn't sure. After all, you can't really take away an apple. You can eat it, or you can make cider with it, or you can hide it under a basket, but the apple is still an apple, and it isn't really gone. On the other hand, if you added 1 apple to a bowl with an apple already in it, there was always the bowl to worry about. Wasn't that something to count on as the total?" Eric Carle wrote Roosters Off to See the World, not only for the child who has these difficulties with numbers as specific symbols, but also for children who are getting acquainted with numbers. Most of you are good counters, and we like word problems, don't we? But I thought this book was a cute rooster book to talk a little bit. So you drop me a comment in the bottom, and we'll see what you think we should name that rooster. I have 4 right now. So if we don't name him, we might name one of the other ones. I'll talk to you later. I love you bunches. See you, bye.